All right, let's jump right in. Uh, Good to see you all again. Hope it's good for you as well to see me and realize that I'm not dead. Uh, I obviously don't do as much stuff with masks anymore. I don't paint them or anything really, but I have started collecting a few again. And today I have with me the Trick or Treat Studios Boogeyman mask. Now, my question when this mask first came out, because I recognized it as the as a rebirth of the Tots Elrod mask that they don't make anymore, is did they enlarge it at all? And you can Google that. I did, and you find kind of some people say yeah, it's bigger. Some people say no, it's the same mold. Some people say it's tiny. And I was just curious. I wanted to see for myself, did they enlarge it at all? And I thought I would unravel that mystery with you here today. So I'm going to go ahead and try it on. And I can tell you the Elrod mask and the Tramer mask didn't fit me at all. So, I mean, I could get it on, but my face would just be totally distort the mask, and it was way too small. Before I do that, let me just tell you, my kid, this is a little styrofoam mannequin head, and my son painted it up, so that's why it looks like that. So don't be alarmed. Let me get this guy off of here. Give it a good try on. Okay, yeah. Sorry I'm a little muffled. I'll try to speak as clear as I can with the mask on, but this fits way better than the Elrod and the Tramer mask did. I can see actually wearing this for a period of time to like a Halloween party or something, so that answers that question. Let me go ahead and take it off, and we'll do a little review of it too. Get that back on there. Okay. So Trick or Treat Studios basically, Justin Mabry sculpted this. I think at one time he produced these molds independently under the name of the Psycho under Night Owl Productions, the Night Owl Psycho. You can find different videos of the Night Owl Psycho on YouTube. And then Trick or Treat Studios started mass producing it. So that being said, it is a mass-produced mask. This isn't something that an artist sat down with and took a lot of time on, something that was produced in a factory somewhere. So the paint and the hair are not great. They're not terrible, though, either. It's white. Michael Myers wears a white mask, so they got that much right. It's got the little needle hole. It's not a true hole that actually punctures through the mask, but it does create the appearance of us having a stab wound in the neck. The hair, I mean, if you remember the hair on the Elrod and the original Tots Halloween 2 hospital mask, it was like glued on little pieces of carpet and little fluffy, like plushies you'd win out of a claw machine kind of material. This is a step ahead of that, okay? It's kind of like some wool or something. Now, you can't really like take it and style it too much like hair, because if you look, it's just kind of all like furry fuzz on there. You can't really restyle it a whole lot. You could, but you'd probably, pull some of it out. And, it's the typical Tots hair job with the, if you pull it back, you can see the bald spots in between. So you don't want to do that. So I would recommend repainting it, rehairing it, but to say that this is just garbage is totally, wrong, because this is a good mask. The other thing they do, and I don't know why, probably because, like I said, they do, a lot of these at once, is they glue this hair the glue that they use on the hair. It comes all the way down here to almost the bottom of the neck, and then you get little pieces of the hair stuck in it. So if you were going to repaint this or rehair it before that, you'd have the tedious task of just peeling all of this off the neck, which I've done before. It's not fun, but it's not impossible either. The eye cuts, the shape is there, more or less. I'd say they're a little small. They need to be enlarged a little bit. I can see where kind of it looks like there's like more that could be cut out on the bottom curvature of this right eye. And probably a little bit up here in the corner. And this one. But, you know, the beauty of that is they're not so much that you would have to probably get a pair of scissors after them. You probably just use a Dremel and just kind of, you know, file and sand them out and make them a little bit bigger. Now, I've done a lot of masks. I've repainted a lot of masks. Herring, yeah, go for it. That's pretty easy. It's hard to mess that up. There's a ton of YouTube videos now that there weren't 8 years ago when I was doing this. And, 6 years ago when I was doing this, there weren't as many tutorials out there on YouTube. And repainting, you know, I owned an airbrush. I did it with an airbrush, but you could do this with a sponge and, you know, just some acrylic paint mixed with some liquid latex, and it would probably work just fine. But on that note, with doing eye cuts, I personally have thrown masks in the trash that I've attempted to do the eye cuts on. So if you're on the fence about doing that, you know, either do your homework, have your set photos ready, and, you know, just be darn sure you know what you're doing before you try to do that, because that is kind of something that you can't undo. You can rip hair off and put more on. You can paint over bad paint. Eyes cut too much, not a lot you can do at that point. I just say that because if you want to repaint it or rehaul it, that's probably that's what I do. But you know, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just leave them alone, because they are pretty darn close. So I'm sorry, I'm rambling a little bit. This one I did not get brand new from Trick or Treat Studios, but they are all over Trick or Treat Studios. Other sellers have them. They're on eBay. They're on Amazon for around $50 or $60, and you're just not going to beat this for $50 or $60. If you want something nicer than that, you can spend a little bit more money and do it. I would probably caution against, you know, spending big bucks and paying artists to rehaul this mask for you, because at that point, you know, you could spend just a little bit more money and get an independent produced mask, which I guess for the sake of the matter, this one is. This was sculpted by Justin Mabry. This is the rebirth of the Psycho here, so that's okay. But, you know, still, if you're going to don't spend a ton of money getting a mask rehaul. Just buy something that's independently produced. Or that's just that's what I would do, rather, I should say. So, I hope you liked this video. It's good to see you all again. It's good to talk to you all again. It's good to have a mask again. So, just hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, keep in touch. If you have any other questions, I'd be glad to talk to you in the comment section about it. Yeah, it's good to see you all again, and I hope you like the mask. I know I do.